Oh, that's still yours.
Yes. Yeah. I don't think that we.
Thank you. I was just gonna do that.
We're making this. Send you a copy. Yeah, that's.
Yeah. That's good. Yes.
For sure.
Going on 3-minute timer.
I have 10 o'clock, so we're calling the meeting to order at 10 o'clock. Roll call, Gary,
Here.
Mary,
Here.
Jen. Cara,
Here.
Jason is absent. Approval of the agenda. Can I get a motion to approve the agenda as presented or with changes
I'll make that motion
as presented?
as presented.
Mary's made the motion. Can I get a second?
Second.
Gary did second. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye. Aye. Ayes carry. Previous meeting minutes. Any discussions before I ask for a motion to approve as presented or with changes?
I'll make a motion to approve as presented.
Mary made a motion. Can I get a second?
I'll second.
Vera made it second. Any discussion? Recommended changes? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Ayes carry. We got a correspondence from Mary Curtis. Do we need to read that?
Well,
We would like it read at the meeting.
Probably already
Yeah.
read it at the meeting or up on the screen. You
Go ahead
read
and
it.
read it, Karen.
From Mary Curtis, April 18th, I heard a rumor that Mr. Spicer broke the tide votes to appoint himself as liaison to the planning commission. I don't think that is legal. I suggest you ask the attorneys. Surely there are other options than making yourself a ruler of the board. In the past, if the vote was for us or impacted our position, we had to abstain from the vote. I would like this read at the meeting. Mary Curtis.
Just for the record, I responded to Mary Curtis and I gave her the Michigan Planning Enabling Act, which allows it. And I informed her of confidential attorney opinion that was provided to the township board allowing it. As for the conflict of interest, the planning commission, not the planning commission, the township board is a final approval for putting people on the planning commission. And I informed her of that too, so it's not the supervisor having a conflict of interest. Removing them and putting them on the planning commission as a township board. Any other public comment? Karen?
I'll just concur with Mary Curtis, that I've only heard on the topic from 3 members of the public and all 3 thought it seemed improper. There's a difference between legal and proper, so. And I see that you have a board member absent today, and I thought the whole reason that we postponed the last meeting was so that all 5 members could be present. And I know that neither trustee was consulted ahead of time to see whether or not they were able to attend. And obviously one was not. So I know there was no attempt to work with all 5. So I'm looking at you. For the planning commission applicants that we've got today, you made a comment at the last meeting that Jay was qualified, which I'm not saying he's not. But my question is, what are the qualifications? And the transfer station job is on here, and I know the budget is $15 per hour. And so I would think you'd be staying within that, and that's just a question for when you get to that item. Thank you.
The reason we're having this special meeting is due to the fact that, after the meeting, I called the other 2 members of the planning commission, and one of them had a personal matter that he had to attend to in California and would not be able to attend the meeting next week on the 14th for the planning commission, taking away us having the ability to hold a meeting. You need 3 members, so we would have had to cancel that meeting. At our regular meeting, it appeared that nobody was objecting to the 2 candidates. Everyone had time to talk to them, and that Jason even commended them at the end of the meeting with positive words. We got to move on here. We can't just hold up and postpone. So I called a special meeting for the person that wasn't at the meeting to make a full quorum. The law only requires that we have 3. As for the qualifications, you'll find that in the Michigan Planning Enabling Act. There is a section in there of what you look for. Basically, you're looking for somebody that's qualified to represent the township and basically the residents with the will of what the residents want. They like to get a person from each district. So someone taking care of residential, someone taking care of agricultural, and someone taking care of industrial and commercial. The other few, they're looking at environmental, open spaces, recreation, and things like that. But that's all laid out in the law. And that's what I look for when I pick people.
Is there other public comment?
Pardon?
Do we have any other public comment?
Do we have any other public comment?
Did you get any other applicants from mid-advertisement that it was?
No. Okay, we're gonna go into unfinished business. I'm recommending the appointment of Kate Shrinks to the planning commission beginning on May 6th, replacing Spear Slot. Can I get a second on that motion?
I'll second it.
This is because of pay, we have to do a recorded vote. Any discussion first?
Do you know what the date is
December
for?
2027.
Thank you.
What was that? I didn't,
It goes till December 2027.
yes.
Roll call vote, Gary?
Are we gonna have any discussion as far
I
as?
asked for discussion. You got discussion?
Yep, we can discuss. Yep. After there's a
Oh,
second.
I thought you
I seconded it, so it's open for discussion if you want discussion.
okay, yeah. I appreciate, Kate the planning commission. I don't know if he's still active in all these, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 different businesses, but I don't see an issue with that if he doesn't have an issue with that, so. And Kate, I know, has a lot on her plate right now. Obviously, she, expressed a willingness to help out, and she does a great job with, applying for grants that, come up every once in a while to hopefully help out the township a little bit with some more funding. If she is, willing and is able to do that without interference in some of her personal affairs, then I've known and spoke with Kate numerous times, and I have no issues with Kate at all.
And I would add to that, that I find that the busiest people can get the most done. You know,
True.
if you want something done, give it to a busy person, because people that have nothing going on are usually doing nothing. So. I think that,
Well, right now, we're just talking about Kate.
Yep,
So,
I'm just, well,
Okay,
Kate's busy too,
okay.
we're all busy.
so the motion's on Kate, seconds on Kate.
Any more discussion?
Any more discussion? This has gotta be a roll call vote. Gary,
Yes,
Mary,
Yes.
Kenzie, yes, Carr.
Yes.
I'm making a recommendation, the appointment of Jay Foskey to the planning commission beginning May 6th. Trevor Phillips Slot,
That's through December
That's
of
till
twenty
when?
twenty-six.
December of
Pardon?
2026.
So he's through December of 26.
Thank you.
I'll second the motion. We can have discussion now,
what about December 26th?
because we're filling
That would
different
be the
spots, so we're
expiration
keeping,
date.
we're keeping the slots, the same.
the same.
Trevor would have
That's Trevor
expired in
Phillips.
December of 2026.
No. They go on a 3-year period.
You just.
You do not want to put an end date on this. They're taking the position of Spears. That's a 3-year position.
Right,
The
There's.
Trevor's is a 1-year position.
I've got the end dates, I believe, of these people, hopefully with me.
so
I
wouldn't
know
we
I
be
looked it
filling
up ahead
those?
of time.
That's why I put down the slot, Phillips Slot.
Right, and his was it gonna expire in 2026?
His would expire in 26,
Right,
but not Spears.
No, Kate's was 2027.
Correct.
yeah, that's what we have.
That's what we have.
Okay.
So
Okay,
we're
we're
agreed.
good, yes, we're good,
Trevor's is the 26, but I put down the slot. They wanna,
yeah,
I
yeah,
cracked the slot.
yep, and that's what we're doing too, but we
Okay.
just did it for Kara,
But
so.
for the minutes, it's good to have it in there for the expiration date.
Well, if I put an expiration date in, we don't have somebody to fill them and they end up staying on.
Right, then that's another
It's good to
3-year
have
term.
both. You've got the person and the end date.
Yeah, please. Okay, we're with
We're all
it.
good.
I made a motion.
I seconded it.
Mary seconded the motion. Discussion, Jay. Can you discuss a little bit about your time availability based on all the business history you have?
I don't know why, did you say that I had a number of other businesses?
No, but Gary was just looking at your.
You looked at your resume.
I was looking, right, your resume.
Affiliations or something.
I don't know what that means.
Isn't it in there?
Yeah, but
Just
those are
work
expiration dates,
experience.
see?
I guess the question really is do you have time to be on the planning commission?
Yes,
And attend the meetings and
yeah.
Yep,
that's all we needed to know.
Okay.
Any other discussion? Roll call vote, Gary,
Yes,
Mary,
Yes.
Ken, yes, Cara?
Yes.
Transfer station repairs. They came in and looked at it, they had a $400 cost for the inspection. They determined that there are some problems with it. I talked with Chuck, there was a mouse in the motor, and you're hearing the grinding of the mouse. That's why the motor was making a noise. And then he ran it for me a couple times because he said that it wasn't tracking right, it was like wobbling through there. And both times that he ran it, it runs real smoothly. He even had some garbage in there that I didn't see any problems with the tracking. So they wanted like $2,500 to come out and put new shoes on it. And I don't know if necessarily we need it or not at this time.
Sounds like we can wait
I think it can wait.
and see if we have another totally going in there.
So basically, it's, we were gonna talk about the repairs to it, but after further investigation, I agree it can wait. Any discussion?
If you checked it out, if Chuck is running back and forth and it seems to be working properly, then I would move that we table this or postpone this, not table it, postpone it.
I don't even know if we wanna postpone that. I just think we oughta,
Well, we could postpone it for a month or so to give us another month of operation.
or we could just wait. If we have a problem, we put it back on the agenda. But if you wanna postpone it, we got a motion to postpone by Gary. We got a second?
I'll second it.
Mary seconded it. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Ayes carried. Transfer station manager, Butch, last day was the end of, April. Chuck's been his backup for quite a few years, and, I'm recommending that we, appoint him interim for 3 months while we decide what we're gonna do with the transfer station.
Did we get anything back from Bestway?
I called them, I got back with them, and they were under the impression they had to the end of September.
Well, we all were under that impression.
Yeah, and so they're gonna get back to me, so we still have time with that. We also have something on with the county through Cara, some additional stuff that they wanna do at the transfer station that might fall into what we do too, that needs to be taken a look at.
So does he know how to do the slips and the money handling and the cash handling and?
He's been down there by himself without Butch, so he's done all that.
And so we're going, he would be appointed for a interim of 3 months based on,
Correct.
based on our current wage scale.
Yep. He will still be doing his, when we have garbage around the roadside, he'll still be picking that up at the contracted, price that he gave us. Different than what
Right.
does that, yep.
And with that contracted, I wanna know when that happens and pictures of it, and we need some backup for that. I
His
haven't done it in a
invoice comes
while.
with pictures off the road, and
Okay,
then what he picks up, and then what picture when it's in the trailer.
I have a question. Have we given it any thought to having the dump open more days during the week, during the summer months? To attract the other people and, you know, that can bring their stuff in, because just being open 3 Saturdays and 1 Sunday stops a lot of people from being able to bring their their stuff to the dump. So they have to do other things with it, and I think if we at least had a couple days during the week and the Saturday, at least for, the summer months, it would help the dump as far as money goes coming in and getting people to be able to get rid of their garbage out of the yards and whatnot easier. Just a thought.
I don't know if I'm speaking out of turn here, but I think that might end up being part of the discussion if Best Way decides to take over the area. Because
But
I
again,
know-
that's gonna be the end of the summer, that's why I'm
Well,
suggesting that,
yeah. And they're talking about recycling and that kind of thing as well, so. I think that's about the best we can say right now. Any other comments? Right?
No, I need a motion to, interim appoint Chuck McCraig for 3 months to the management of the transfer station.
So moved.
Gary made a motion. Can I get a second?
I'll second.
Carr Metro Act permit that they need to be signed by the township, which basically says that we're authorizing them to do that and that they can transmit radio signals from our transfer station or the property. Is there any discussion on that?
I see that our zoning administrator has got a memo here and apparently doesn't have an issue with it.
Planning Commission's already approved the part of the building permit extension.
Right, it was approved.
So what do we need in, a
The
motion
Metro
to
Act
extend it?
is,
I think that has to be signed by you, the supervisor.
I need authorization by the board.
Right,
Yeah.
right, so that's what we're.
So I'll make a motion that we extend it for 2 years and authorize Ken to sign.
Mary made a motion. Can I get a second?
So moved.
Gary seconded. This is money. Gary,
Yes,
Mary,
Yes.
Ken, yes. Cara?
Yeah.
Okay, that ends, unfinished business. We're back to public comment. Any public comment? Chuck?
Well, the 3 months sounds good to me, but if you guys do hire Best Way, you think you got road, the trash on the road now, I got a lot more. Because the prices of Best Way
I agree.
is very, very expensive.
You have the quote, because I haven't been able to get a quote. How did you get a quote?
All you gotta do is go to South Haven, Best Way runs that one. Best Way runs the one in McDonald. They pay their men $20 an hour for one. And their prices for a pickup truck load, $80 to $100, depending on what you got. People ain't gonna wanna pay that. You're gonna find more tires, more mattresses, more bags of garbage in the ditches. Especially on the back roads that I'm already cleaning up. I mean, it's up to, the township for whatever you guys wanna do. And I take pictures of everything I pick up. And it's already started. I've got some more places I gotta go check, but I've already been on 47th and a half and 48th and a half. Mattresses thrown off in the swamps. Okay, and the mattresses, when they suck up that water, they're mighty heavy. So. Just something for you to think about.
think there would be a lot more burning too.
Any other public comment?
I agree with what she said, there'd be a lot more burning, maybe a lot more people would be burning things in their yard.
The best way is just, they're out of touch with, I mean, if you go to South Haven, it's ridiculous what they charge those people just to bring a bag in.
When we had Best Way, and it's $40 for a 20-year-old container.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Any other public comment?
Yeah, I live on 18th Avenue, and I just went to the transfer station, I didn't talk to Chuck. I've lived out there for 22 years, and every year during Earth Day, my wife and grandkids, we go from 56 to 681. And I fill at least 2.5 pickup loads of just trash. Excluding the tires, the mattresses, it's a dumping ground. And like says with the Best Way, they're not gonna come clean that up. It's just gonna get worse. I actually also called and they used to give me a free pass when I would clean that up for the tires and stuff. It's hard to get one of them now.
It's not hard to get one of them.
I didn't get one. I just called here 4 days ago. I got my.
Before you leave here, see Ruth.
Okay, okay. Cause I know that's hard for him to get on and do everything. And I don't mind cleaning my road up.
We will, somebody's gonna go pick up the roadside, we'll give them free dump passes.
Yeah, I think, aren't we collecting tires though for free right now?
We collect tires for free.
Okay.
Yeah, there's no charge.
Through the county, they come pick them up,
How long is that?
so we have no
Just-
cost. Pardon?
How long is that going on? Do you know?
Well, that started last year, you can, you get 10 tires, a visit. You can't come in with like 100 of them on a day.
Is there a time when that's gonna stop, or is that gonna be all?
That is a grant money from, Eagle. And every year they've been doing it, it's gonna continue for quite a while, they're trying to get all the tires off the roadside.
So is this at the transfer station?
Yep.
Or-
Yeah, it has to do with the conservation district.
Now, tractor tires, I think twice a year they have a collection of tractor tires. We can't store them on our site for a long period of time.
You know,
On the website, I can get you the link probably. You can sign up for it.
okay, thanks, son.
Go ahead.
Just to change the subject, I hope you don't mind, but is your audio system working? Cause I'm having a terrible time hearing what you do. Yeah, that works when you touch it, but when you talk, I'm having a hard
Get
time
real
hearing.
close to it.
I
Can you
just
hear
put
us
a new
now?
battery.
I don't know.
I heard her, but now too, sound.
You don't hear me?
I hear you.
Yeah, I don't even need this, I don't think.
He's got a lower voice, that's who we're not hearing.
We can turn it up, I think. I'll have to look at it. I'll look at it
We'll
after.
turn it
That
up.
knob on the bottom. Any other public comment? Karen?
Question, I was surprised there were this many people that attended a Tuesday morning meeting. Is it primarily,
About the
The
transfer
transfer
station.
station?
That's right.
That's what I
It's just the transfer station.
We need that transfer station. I mean, it's impossible to pay best way their amount to come and get your trash, and they don't take what I put out there. Right, this gotta be shut, there's an extra bank. And they don't care about making a mess when they dump it.
So they don't pick it up.
They're impossible to work with. I've tried to talk to them and they will not talk. So there's my opinion.
so earlier Kitty asked about having a day during the week, but I know that that was tried before. And before the meeting started, Chuck said there was hardly any response. No, right?
Yeah, but now that we got social media, if you get it out there and you let people know, especially during the summer months, we might have more input in that direction and make a little more money, but just for the summer months, not a year-long thing, just in the summer.
He did a good sign.
You know, good signage, you know, we can put it on social media, on Facebook pages, township pages, people would know, hey, we got this one day a week we can come in. And, you know, that's during the week, when, you know, we don't have Saturday or Sunday to do it, not everybody does or wants to spend their weekend doing that.
Or like an evening shift during the week,
Right,
people who, that work all weekend.
that's what I'm saying, so I mean, it's just, to me, it's an ideal, because it would give people another option instead of that one Saturday all day.
So do
thing.
like 8 to noon and then 4 hours during the week?
Not a bad
Yeah,
idea.
something like that, you know.
Really.
I think you're right, and we use the transfer station, Bill, we don't have curbside pickup, so Bill actually schedules his life around getting to the transfer station, not saying, I gotta run up to the transfer
Yeah,
station.
but like if you had a day in the middle. of
It would
the week,
help, it would actually help, and we're here year round, right, so we live here, and so it would help, I think, for people that, for the busier time of year, but.
But it would be shorter hours during the-
At the times.
On the weekend.
At the station, so people knew,
Right.
you know,
What if we
when they
took the
pulled up
Sunday
about.
away and put it
I don't
on-
know if they're.
We'll put it on next month's
I
agenda.
think it needs to be redone.
Yeah.
We'll put it on the agenda.
It's gonna be on next month's
We'll put it on
agenda.
the agenda. We would have to cut the hours on the weekend to add them to the weeks.
Right.
We have to stay in our budget. Yes.
Go ahead.
Are you guys planning on anything with, like you used to take wood? Now you don't? Are you guys gonna bring that back or is that just gone or what?
Well, we're not allowed to burn at the transfer station according to the,
So we just burn ours at home then?
Yeah, you can
Pardon?
get a building or a burning permit from the fire
get a
department.
burning permit from the fire department, yeah.
No, we could replace it with cat or a shingle attached to it, you're supposed to move the shingles,
Yeah.
that's basic, and shingles you can throw in with the other stuff.
Any other public comment? No other comment?
Well, Jay, Kate, right after this meeting, see Carl, she'll get you sworn in for the planning commission.
What about Jay?
He said-
Didn't I say
he said
Jay?
Jay and Carrie,
Jay.
yeah.
He was shaking his head like that.
I didn't hear you say.
Any comments, Gary?
Only thing, thank you, for everybody being here. We'd like to have a lot more participation during our regular monthly meetings as well. If we don't know what's on your mind, we don't know what we don't know. And we'd like to have input, negative and positive. There's nothing wrong with constructive criticism, not at all. And you may have some good ideas that none of us even think about. So spread the word to the people. We want your input. Now I know that sometimes, bodies like this, as well as Washington, move kind of slow for a lot of people. But sometimes that's good, because we don't want to make hasty decisions as well, okay? And we're here to work for you. You're the ones that pay us. So you're our boss. We need to know what's going on. And typically, and I'm not directing this to anybody in particular, but unless people have a negative comment, they show up. They don't show up. So I appreciate everybody being here and spread the word to the rest of your family, friends, neighbors, whatever. The other thing is I want to welcome Jay and Kate both to the Planning Commission. I'm sure you guys will do a super duper job. And again, I just appreciate the comments and the participation, especially at the special meeting. I mean, that's great. Thank you.
Can I say one thing? I have a question, actually. So I live right by the railroad tracks in Breedsville. Can you just tell me what they're doing with that like 50 feet of road that
I was
was gonna
gonna
tear
ask
your
the same
tires
thing.
and car apart? Like, are they ever gonna pave that? Like, I swear it's like 50 feet from like my house to his road.
Excuse me, that's Breedsville, that's not the township, nothing they can do about it, that's the village.
So who do I have to talk to? Does anybody know?
You can go talk to the village, but you're gonna
Right.
be speaking on deaf ears and they don't take public comment well.
Yeah,
I
unfortunately,
need numbers. Because I told my car wrecked the other day.
I'll come to your house.
Perfect.
And I'll give you the number. I'm thinking you.
I swear to God, it's like my tire the other day.
That's the village.
Okay,
That's
I don't have any
got
comment.
okay.
Mary has no comment. Tara?
No, thank you for coming.
I do appreciate you being here too. I agree with Gary on the attendance. It's always great to have people here. Chuck, what I need from you is you have people would like more hours during the week. I want you to ask people at the next time you're open for our next board meeting to find a time that people kind of would like to see that open.
Okay.
And if they want, if we got like 2 big times, maybe we do every other week at a different time. But try to figure out what the schedule would be for that.
And just so everyone knows, that we lose money every year. We don't make any money on the transportation. It costs a lot of money. So that's why we have to balance the hours.
Yeah, that's why I was, that's why I
Yeah.
said maybe we would get more people if we had a day,
During the-
during the
yeah.
week, because that way, people like ourselves and others that use the transportation for their actual driving instead of.
I think we
having
could do like
come
8
get
to
it.
1 or something during, on the weekends and.
He does 8 hours a day anyway, so you're doing 4 and 4. It's the
And
same.
Chuck will need to do, an employee packet.
But I appreciate y'all letting us comment.
You bet.
Okay, we're gonna adjourn the meeting at 10:33. Everything clear?
Yeah.
Is that what you need? Thanks, everyone.
No, I don't.